Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. There's some serious buzz swirling around the AFC North, and it's got Steelers fans buzzing with excitement and anticipation. Rumors are swirling that a blockbuster trade might be on the horizon, one that could reshape not just the division, but the entire AFC playoff picture. And the name at the center of these whispers: Ja'Marr Chase, the dynamic wide receiver from the Cincinnati Bengals. Now hold on tight, because this is just your average trade talk. It's the kind of move that could propel the Steelers into a new stratosphere, turning them into genuine Super Bowl contenders and shaking up the division in ways we haven't seen in years. Let's back up a bit. The Bengals, sitting at 3-6 with a defense allowing over 33 points per game, are clearly in rebuild mode. After a disastrous start to their season, it looks like Cincinnati is looking to shake things up, and one of their most valuable assets, Ja'Marr Chase, might be on the trade block. According to league sources, Cincinnati might be open to dealing Chase, especially after their recent struggles. And why wouldn't they? With the team's cap space tight, around $8 million as of November 2025, and a roster needing upgrades on both sides of the ball, flipping Chase for future assets makes some sense. The Bengals are reportedly interested in a premium pick in the 2026 draft, possibly a first-rounder, in exchange for their star receiver. Now you might be asking, why would the Steelers be interested? Well, for starters, Chase is a game-changer. We're talking about a guy who in 2025 has already put up 76 catches for 831 yards and 5 touchdowns, averaging over 92 yards per game. His route running is crisp, his ability to create mismatches is elite, and he's proven that he can produce at an all-pro level. What makes him a perfect fit for the Steelers? His explosive playmaking ability would complement George Pickens perfectly, giving Pittsburgh a duo that defenses simply can't match up against. Imagine the Steelers' offense with Chase stretching the field and making big plays downfield, forcing defenses to pick their poison. Chase's ability to generate yards after the catch, YAC of 4. 2 yards per reception in 2025 would make him a nightmare for defenses, especially when combined with Pickens' knack for making contested catches. And let's not forget, this move could be a game-changer for the Steelers' offensive philosophy. Pittsburgh has been looking for more depth at wide receiver after some inconsistencies earlier in the season. Adding a player like Chase immediately boosts their passing game, which has sometimes struggled to get over the top against top-tier defenses. With Chase on the field, the Steelers could see a significant bump in their expected points added per pass. Projections suggest an increase of over 20%, which could translate into an extra 200 yards over the course of the season. That kind of production would make the Steelers' offense more explosive, more unpredictable, and ultimately much more dangerous. Now, think about the AFC North as a whole. The Bengals, with their cap space and a roster in rebuild mode, are looking to offload some talent to free up money and draft capital. Trading Chase would free up around $15 million in cap space, money that they could redirect towards shoring up their offensive line or bolstering their defensive front, which has been allowing over 300 points in 9 games. It's a clear sign that Cincinnati is prioritizing a rebuild after their struggles this year, especially with Joe Burrow still recovering from his own issues and the defense failing to hold the line consistently. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, this trade could be a shot in the arm. With a current record of 5-4, they're right in the thick of the playoff hunt, but they need that extra spark. Adding Chase would elevate the entire offense, not just in terms of yardage, but also in confidence and explosiveness. It's a move that could turn Pittsburgh from a good team into a legitimate AFC powerhouse. Their offense, already averaging over 23 points per game, could see a significant boost in efficiency and big play potential with Chase's speed and route running. The Steelers have the cap room, around $12 million, to absorb Chase's contract, which would be a major plus in making this deal happen. Now, you might be thinking about the ripple effects. How would this impact the division? Well, if Chase joins Pittsburgh, it would create a matchup nightmare for defenses, especially when combined with Pickens. Their chemistry could develop quickly. Remember, Chase has already shown he can be a dominant force in the NFL with over 200 receiving yards and 60 touchdowns in his young career. His ability to turn a simple catch into a big gain is exactly what the Steelers need to push past the Chiefs, Bills, and other AFC contenders. It's not just about adding a star. It's about transforming the entire offense into a juggernaut that defenses can't contain. And speaking of the bigger picture, if Pittsburgh makes this move, the odds of them reaching Super Bowl LX could skyrocket. Bookmakers currently have the Steelers at plus 2,000, but with Chase in the fold, those odds could tighten dramatically, potentially to around plus 800, according to Vegas Insider. That's a huge shift, and it makes the Steelers a real dark horse in the AFC, especially in playoff simulations that show a plus 15% increase in win probability with Chase added to the roster. Think about the potential. A duo of Chase and Pickens, complemented by the established core of Kenny Pickett and a solid offensive line, could be a nightmare for defenses. It's the kind of move that could elevate the Steelers into the top tier of AFC contenders, giving them a serious shot at bringing another Lombardi back to Pittsburgh. Of course, there are questions about the logistics. The Bengals, with their limited cap space and a need to rebuild, might be motivated to shop Chase for the right price. The Steelers, with their current cap flexibility and a strong roster, could be willing to make the move if the price is right. Given that Chase is under contract through 2026, the trade would be a significant win for Pittsburgh if they can swing it. It would send a message to the AFC that the Steelers are all in on a championship push, especially with Chase's ability to change the game in the postseason. But let's also keep in mind the history of these types of trades. When a team like the Seahawks acquired DK Metcalf in 2024, it instantly added over 200 yards per game in the air, transforming their offense. Chase's addition would have a similar impact, turning Pittsburgh into a team that's dangerous every time they step on the field. It's the kind of move that could set the Steelers up for a sustained run, not just a one-year flash in the pan. The division would be a whole lot tougher for Baltimore and Cleveland if Pittsburgh upgrades their offense this way. And of course, it would make the AFC North even more competitive and unpredictable. So as fans, we've got to keep our eyes on the rumors. This could be the move that defines the Steelers' season and maybe even their legacy. With Chase's explosiveness, route running, and ability to generate yards after the catch, he's the kind of player who can elevate an entire team's fortunes. The Steelers have always been about grit, toughness, and smart football, but adding a weapon like Chase would take them to another level, a true Super Bowl contender. Now let's get back to the division. The AFC North has been a battle every year with each team capable of winning on any given Sunday. The Ravens have Lamar Jackson, the Browns have their stout defense and a solid run game, but Pittsburgh has been steadily improving on both sides of the ball. And with Chase in the mix, they could become the team that everyone fears. Imagine a scenario where Pittsburgh's offense is lighting up the scoreboard, forcing opponents to abandon their game plans, and creating turnovers with their aggressive defense, all while Chase makes highlight reel catches and runs that keep defenses on their heels. That's the kind of football that can carry a team deep into January and even to the Super Bowl. And it's not just about this season. The Steelers are building a roster that can contend for years to come, and adding a player like Chase, who's only 24 years old, fits perfectly into that vision. His youth, combined with his proven production, makes him a franchise cornerstone if Pittsburgh can make the deal happen. It's about more than just a quick fix. It's about setting the stage for sustained success and turning the page to a new chapter of Steelers greatness. So as the trade deadline approaches, all eyes are on Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Will the Bengals pull the trigger? Will the Steelers be willing to part with some draft capital and cap space to secure Chase? The answers could come any day now, and when they do, the NFL landscape, especially the AFC North, could change forever. Whether Chase ends up in Steel City or remains in Cincinnati, one thing's certain. This story is far from over, and the implications will be felt for years to come. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think Chase would be the perfect addition to our team? Would you be excited to see him in black and gold, terrorizing defenses and helping us chase another Lombardi? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. Let's keep the passion alive and keep supporting our team, because the best is yet to come.